Shifting focus to Kenya, the Kenyan government has been struggling to repay its huge debt burden. Its attempts to tackle the situation have met with huge resistance and protests. So the government has now resorted to asking citizens how to fix the economy. Kenya's Finance Minister, John Mbadi, has said that the government will seek the public's suggestions on new laws and policies to tackle the nation's struggling finances. In a budget preparation meeting, he explicitly said that the government is barely managing. The finance minister will now send out a circular asking the public for their ideas to fix the economy. Kenyans have until September the 20th to share their thoughts. Finance Minister John Mbadi was appointed last month after Kenyan President William Ruto reshuffled his cabinet. This after a flurry of protests erupted against his proposed tax hikes that aimed to raise around $2.7 billion in revenue. At least 50 people died in the nationwide protests. Ruto was then forced to abandon the unpopular tax hikes and take measures like sacking the entire cabinet in the wake of the massive public outcry. Ruto appointed some opposition figures into his new cabinet, including the Finance Minister Mbadi. But the new Finance Minister has so far not been able to come up with an effective plan to tackle Kenya's economic woes. In his initial suggestion was to bring back again some of the very tax hikes that sparked the protests. But the move was met with predictable resistance, and the minister was again forced to back down. He is now urging the public to come up with a plan and help the government. Kenya currently owes a staggering $80 billion in domestic and foreign public debt, which is way beyond what the World Bank and the IMF recommend. Kenya's finance minister has ruled out any debt restructuring. He insists that the country will manage debts and pay and quote-unquote remain afloat. He has hinted at possible tax cuts once the situation improves. Now, these cuts include lowering value-added tax from 16% to 14%, and reducing corporate income tax by 5%. But, as he said, this is only after the situation improves. Currently, the Ruto government is out of any ideas to do that and has left it on the public to bring themselves out of the economic mess.